Good afternoon, Pokesports. Welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Regulation C video. Bring you a Scizor team that was brought to EUIC by NPuryfire on Twitter. Make sure to link their Twitter down below. Now, I saw this video thanks to NWE Python on YouTube, who does have a YouTube channel. Make sure to link them also down below. And I was super interested by it because I have played Scizor in Regulation C, but it was never the showcase or the focal point of the team. So I want to use Scizor in a setting that just excels beyond of what Scizor can actually do typically. So I have it here next to a Chien-Pao, which will reduce enemy defenses and your own defenses by 25%. Scizor with the Choice Band has boosted attack stat by 1.5, followed by also having Technician and Stab on things like Bullet Punch. On top of that as well, can also go Water Terra to avoid any fire type damage. I do also have a Farigiraf on this team, which can stop opposing people from doing opposing things that are similar. It can also stop Trick Room teams. So that's going to be my idea behind stopping Trick Room teams, is just bringing the imprisoned Farigiraf into the game. I'm excited to use it because it's such a pain in the caboose when I'm playing Trick Room. And I do play Trick Room a lot, especially on like Showdown or for the Global Challenge. I was playing Trick Room. When I encounter an imprisoned Trick Room, because I don't have an open team sheet, I can't prepare myself for it, so I just kind of have to waste a turn of my life. So we get to take advantage of that here in closed team sheet as well while we're on the rank ladder. Also, Scarf Chop, excited. Don't know if you guys are excited for it. I'm excited for it. Can't wait to see what I can do there. Regardless, if you guys are excited to see Scizor on the channel, go ahead, hit the like button down below, and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. And with that said, let's get on to today's video. Palabalance here. Oh boy. Don't think I don't see the Palabalance double dragon type core that they got going on here. Can I deal with it? I think so. I'm not really gonna need Farigiraf, which is nice, and they have really no way of stopping any priority Scizor shenanigans. So I do have options here. I actually have very decent options. I think I'm not gonna bring Scizor right away, but maybe a situation where I lead Chomp Gyarados. Ooh, I have Flying Chien-Pao. Never mind. I might want to go down that route instead. They don't really have any crazy fire types on their team except for except for that Arcanine, which probably is going to come to the first game. But Garchomp can deal. If I go Chien-Pao and Garchomp in the lead, bring Scizor in the back, and then end it off with a little bit of Iron Hands, I might be in a pretty decent spot. Although I might want to hit him back with an Intimidate of my own. Yeah. Gyarados does especially well into Palafin, I think, too. So I think it's going to be a Gyarados game. Oh, don't get me wrong. I love using Gyarados on the channel. Every chance I can to use Gyarados, I actually enjoy myself a lot. It's not the best Pokemon in the format, but it's definitely a sleeper. It can definitely do some things, even when people don't expect it to do that many things. Especially if you don't see any electric type moves on your opponent's side of the field. Granted, there could be a Thunder Punch or T-Bolt somewhere. I don't know. Welcome to closed team sheets. But anyway, let's see what their lead is. It's going to be Arcanine and a friend. I'm only assuming Arcanine and Palafin. Dragapult Palafin. Again, I'm Scarf Chomp. Like, I outspeed that. So I'm ready. I think instead of Ice Spinner, I'm gonna Terra Flying, go for the Sucker Punch. Well, I'll just buy a straight up BQ. I don't think Palafin stays in here. And even if it does, it's gonna take way too much damage that it does not want to. Now with the Sucker Punch, I can actually guarantee that the Dragapult goes down before it's able to hit me with a Dragon Darts, which is why I want to go for the Sucker Punch. Especially this first turn. I'm actually very happy with my lead here. Dude, Chien-Pao is huge. Withdraws Palafin, just straight hard swap. It's fine. Into an Arcanine. It's not great, but Arcanine is still not going to appreciate this even at -1. They're also saying that I'm not clear Amulet on Garchomp. Don't know if that strikes an alarm bell in their brain. Oh! Beast Steel. Okay, I got ground moves, dude. I got ground moves. Now my Sucker Punch isn't gonna do as much, but my Earthquake definitely will. They're also gonna see. Okay, all Terrestrialization's wasted turn 1 of this game. I got a balloon ferret leopard thing. They got a steel dragon child thrower thing. Good sucker. Decent enough damage. Can the EQ finish the rest? Scarf Chomp, catch him off guard. It's enough to eliminate the Dragon Pulse from the game. That's why Sucker Punch was so critical. So if that was a Sash, I would have been in trouble. I had to make sure it wasn't a Sash so I could just finish it off and not take a single Dragon Darts. Now the Arcanine took absolutely no... It took so much damage for no reason. Okay. In comes Palafin again. Probably forced to go for Jet Punch. If I had to guess. I could haze away my bad stats, but it won't matter until the following turn. So I think I'll just Sucker Punch the Palafin here. And click EQ again. Like, I don't think I have a reason not to click EQ again. Probably should have brought Frigiraf into this battle just so I can really abuse the Palafin. But it's okay. As long as I can chip away their team. Fine. It's a good play. Part of the reason why I doubled into this guy, though. I'm chipping. They Jet Punch something. It's going to be my Garchomp. It crits me. That's a little unfortunate. I do force some Rough Skin out, though. Earthquake does also connect still. See how much damage you can still do with the Garchomp. Dude, I love this lead combo. Okay. Not a great amount of damage. We gotta take what we can get at this point. I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Palafin again and just EQ again. Just let them knock my Garchomp out naturally. I'm fine with that. They're actually gonna swap out here. Into the Amoonguss. We don't love that. And then Protect. Which means Amoonguss is gonna take an EQ. Are they just gonna... I don't know what their end goal here is, but I think I'm good to just keep doing the same thing. Because if they swap back into Arcanine, then they just lose the Arcanine. So I'm not quite sure what the end goal here is, but just in case they do that, I'm going to go for the Haze this turn. Actually, I have to Sucker Punch Palafin. And I think I have to intimidate them back. I'm going to hold on to my Chomp. I'm going to hold on to my Chomp for as long as I can. Gyarados, the early riser's coming out. I'm assuming the Amoonguss is going to swap now into the Arcanine. But I got the Intimidate off on their Palafin, which might force the Palafin out eventually. Oh, it's so close. They actually don't switch Gyarados out at all. They just go for a Jet Punch into my Gyarados spot. I meant Arcanine. And then Pollen Puff. Okay. The Puff is annoying. I think I'm going to swap out Chien-Pao. Go into my Scizor. And just start by taunting the Amoonguss for now. We're not in a great spot yet, but we have more Pokemon than my opponent, right? So there's still more options for us than they have. The problem is they have 3 very good Stally Pokemon, which is part of the reasons why I want to go for this taunt while I can. Because if this Amoonguss is allowed to put things to sleep on my side of the field, I could be in trouble. I also have to just reset my stat drops. You know, I'm -2 on Chien-Pao. I'm not knocking out an Amoonguss. All right, Shiny Scizor making its appearance here on the channel, baby. Swapping out the Amoonguss. Okay, here's the good news behind this. This taunt on Arcanine now means the Arcanine can't protect next turn. Which is pretty decent news. And Palafin protects. Okay, fine. So that swap was just perfect for me. And I'm also fairly convinced I can finish off this Arcanine with a Bullet Punch. Yeah. I think so. I'm also fairly convinced I could T-Wave this Palafin and make it a little sad. And even if Arcanine swaps out, Amoonguss is just going to take a Bullet Punch. Even though I am intimidated, I have Choice Band. Beautiful. Nice. All right, got rid of the Arcanine. It's time to hopefully paralyze the Palafin, who does go for the Wave Crash. Listen, as long as you do damage to yourself, I'm cool. Dude, Gyarados is eating these hits up. Gyarados does not care. Enjoy this para. Now, there is still a way for Palafin to heal back up, and that's the Pollen Puff from the Amoonguss. So I'm going to have to start hitting the Amoonguss soonish. I'll just keep going for Bullet Punch onto the Amoonguss spot, followed by just a regular taunt. Just to stop it from clicking Rage Powder, stop it from clicking Spore, even stop it from protecting. But I'm pretty sure it's just going to keep Pollen Puffing itself. All right, Amoonguss fell for the taunt. Wave Crash again. Into my Gyarados again. Still eat those. Now probably Pollen Puff. And I could swap out and just start Intimidate spamming, which is what I think is the best play. Yeah. Especially if they're going to do that. Especially if they're going to be doing that. Okay. I guess I'm going to keep Bullet Punching Amoonguss, because Amoonguss... Although... I might just sack off the Garchomp, by the way. Although the Amoonguss can heal others, it can't heal itself. So if we just slowly chip at it, we'll be able to get rid of it. Garchomp coming back out now. Bullet Punches galore onto the Amoonguss. Any chip is still chip. There's the berry. There's the citrus. Another Wave Crash? Nope. Paralyzed. And this is where added benefit of hacks comes in. Yeah, these Pollen Puffs. We are not going to be able to do damage to Palafin until we are. I'm going to swap back into Gyarados, get rid of the stat drop on my side of the field, and let's see if we can get an EQ off. We need them to hit themselves this turn so that we can get this EQ off. Or to get paired this turn so we can get this EQ off, but it's fine. If we get it off, we get it off. If we don't, we don't. We still get the Intimidate regardless. And it doesn't end up mattering how much damage the Palafin can do when the Palafin does no damage. Unfortunately, we still do go down, though. Alright. Not the end of the world. They are still taunted on the Amoonguss. Oh, they end up Pollen Puffing me this time. Look at you. Feeling brave. Shakes off the taunt. We could fix that. We actually might not have to. Let me go back into Chien-Pao. Which should be able to finish off the Amoonguss at this health. Did they Terrasilize? They Terrasilize turn 1, right? And we just like completely washed them out of the way? Yeah, they Steel Terra'd. Alright, good. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for the Waterfall onto Palafin under the assumption that my Ice Spinner can just finish off the Amoonguss. Actually, no. Let me Taunt first. And then also Ice Spinner. Just in case I'm not able to finish it off here. Okay, Palafin gets paralyzed so I don't get punished for making this play. That's always nice. Ice Spinner onto the Amoonguss, baby. Okay, it was just enough, so I'm just gonna taunt the Palafin for no reason, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I stop it from clicking Protect now, right? I can only it's only forced to attack. Again, don't really know what that would do for it, just clicking Protect. But I'm just going to Paraflinch it now. We Sucker Punch, and we click Waterfall, and that should be GG. Big Sucker Punch onto the Palafin, gonna bring it down to half HP. Followed by a Waterfall. I don't think I finish it here. But again, the Paraflinch. The Paraflinch comes into play. And since they can't click any move except for attacking moves, my Sucker Punch is just free to Sucker Punch. And we are gonna take game 1. Not with only just Scizor, but Flying Balloon, Chien-Pao, and Scarf Chomp and Gyarados as well. GG's. Oh boy, we got legs on the other team, using a team that I've never seen before in my life. Okay, what do we do against this? We do know Gyarados is good against Palafin. We know Gyarados is good against Tinglu. We know Gyarados is good against Arcanine. We know Gyarados sucks against Iron Hands, but Gyarados is still good against the majority of that team, right? So we could take advantage of that. I'm not too keen on You know, the Intimidate's on their side of the field. I do have Heavy Slam here on my Iron Hands. Hold up. It might be a time for Iron Hands in today's battle, but I kind of low-key want to go with the same 4 as before. I feel like these 4 just do very well into the Common Core, into Palabalance, into Fatap, into the other one that you guys seem to love to call it. I think it does well into that core. Whether or not I'm right, I guess, is what we're going to find out. This is only my second battle with this team ever, so I could be wrong. All right, legs. Turn you into hands after this battle. Don't know what that means. There's something there. I like that hat, though. Wait, where'd you get that hat? It might be time to swap out my helmet. If you show me where that hat is. All right, they went Palafin and Flutter Mane as their lead. Spooky, but I can be spookier. Let's go for the EQ. We're Scarf so we outspeed the Flutter. Let's go for the Flying Terra. Let's go for the Sucker Punch onto Flutter Mane right away. Just to guarantee it goes away. Granted, they could protect here. But I'm loving this Flying Terra, dude. Withdraws Palafin, that's expected. Into like a Mungus. Arcanine, so they're going to get the Intimidator off. But this does mean the Arcanine is going to have to eat this Earthquake. Which we learned from last game, Arcanine does not appreciate. Here's my Terastallization. So either this is a speed tie, or they're not Terastallizing. And honestly, I would prefer a not Terastallizing, because then my Sucker Punch becomes resisted if it turns into a fairy. All right, not Terastallizing. Here's a Sucker Punch. Beautiful. Gonna chip down the Flutter Mane. Followed by Scarf Chomp coming in hot with the EQ. Is it enough? It's enough to take out the Flutter Mane. It crits the Flutter Mane. Whoo! Scarf Chomp, baby. Who thought you were safe? Who did it? Wild. Actually wild. Yeah, I mean, I'm in a great spot now. Palafin's coming back out. I can really manipulate the damage output of this Palafin right now. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do now is just go for EQ again. Hard swap into my Gyarados. I love this core. I love just swapping in and out, lowering their stats, and then just being able to take advantage of EQ spams. It's great. I'm having an absolute blast. I wonder what my opponent's going to do. Probably try to burn something, if I had to guess. Maybe even protect with the Arcanine. To just try to keep it around for another turn. As long as I can turn this Jet Punch into my Garchomp into like a 2-hit KO, I'm okay with that. I could tolerate that. I could figure it out from there. But all right, getting rid of our Chien-Pao, going back into Gyarados, the earliest of risers. Big Sparkly. Beautiful Intimidate. All right, let's see what that... Oh, Arcanine actually swaps here. Probably trying to Intimidate spam me too. I get it. Into the Amoonguss. Well, that's getting taunted. It's like I'm playing the same game as last game. Here's the thing, sure, they can go ahead and just like intimidate me again, but the Arcanine will go down if it swaps back in. So if I can force that swap, be my guess. I'm going to EQ again, and I'm just going to taunt the Amoonguss here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We forced that swap, but now they just lose their Arcanine for no reason. So all I have to do is swap out my Garchomp, and then I just have a beefy Garchomp that doesn't go down. Actually, Arcanine has a lot more health than I remembered. I don't know if this EQ might be enough. I'm hoping it will be. Ooh, unfortunate. But do I crit the Amoonguss? I do, man. I'm getting a little lucky. Now let's see if they try to put anything to sleep. All right, there's the taunt. What does the funny little guy do? Nothing. Can't Spore after the taunt. EQ again. I could just go for T-Wave. I guess I will go for T-Wave. Might as well introduce hacks to this. Battle is canceled. They can't hang, dude. They knew the inevitable was coming. I was a little bit of a short one. We might stick a fourth battle in this video. GG's. Hello, Paul's team. All right. It's Paul Chua's EUIC team. How do we defeat that? I think, honestly, just Chien-Pao, Garchomp, Scizor, Gyarados. It's our best thing into Fluttermane, Amoonguss, Arcanine, Palafin, Tinglu. It's our best matchup into those four. And I think we won't change it for now. Right? It's the one that we know works. Which is all I need to convince me to use it. Because when you face a person who's literally winning a team that won a whole tournament with like 800, 1,000, however many amount of players, like, you bring your juice. We don't bring some fun stuff. We bring our juice. Now, let's see if Paul was booster energy. No, there's the booster energy. On Roaring Moon, is it speed? It's attack. Okay, I can deal. I'm going to Flying Terra, Ice Spinner, Roaring Moon. And click EQ. And I'll worry about the outcome of this turn later? No. Or should I just Gyarados swap right away? And then Ground Tear EQ both of these. No, not yet. Flying Terra, regular EQ. Because I think the Roaring Moon is also going to Flying Terra. Especially in the face of a Garchomp. You definitely want to change yourself. We also have to hope we outspeed the Fluttermane. Oh, they just protect. That's a little sad. Not gonna lie. Okay. If I lose my Garchomp this early, this could be a very bad game. Oh! Beautiful! Not a crit. Just a regular hit. Just a regular Fluttermane smack in the face. It's gone. That is... I cannot ask for a better turn there. We are fine, folks. Amoonguss, a little sad. But... good luck, Roaring Moon. I'm just going to keep firing off attacks until my opponent decides to do something about it. They can't protect next turn. It definitely looks like they're going to Terrastalize something this turn. It's going to be the Roaring Moon. They're going to be Flying Terror, right? So this also means that I forced them to Rage Powder, I believe. Which, if I did, that's great. No, they don't Rage Powder. They're just going to accept this damage onto their Amoonguss. And then they're going to accept this Ice Spinner onto their Roaring Moon. I crit the Amoonguss. So that means they're going to try to put something to sleep here. That's for sure. I break the Citrus on the Amoonguss. Ice Spinner, big damage. Listen, my guy, you had the redirection. I'm just saying. You can only put one of my friends to sleep, not both of them. Who's going to bed? It's going to be the Chomp. No big deal. Ice Spinny friend can still Ice Spin. And now that I knocked out your Fluttermane, I am the fastest thing in this game. Tinglu's coming out. Oh, I got a friend for you, Tinglu. You got one flying type on the field. How about two? All right, all that we have to do here is Ice Spin the Amoonguss. Hard swap. Show them my Gyarados. Just put the Gyarados on the field is all I got to do here. Oh, boy. But hey, look, I got a friend. It can make you -6. Granted, if all they're going to do is go for Fissure too, I guess. Oh, I'm flying type. Doesn't even matter. I was going to say, if all they're going to do is go for Fissure, it doesn't matter what their attack stat is at, but if you got 2 flying types on the field, good luck. All right, you moose. Got Gyarados, the early riser, on the field. Get that Intimidate going. Here's the Ice Spinner. Should be enough to knock out the Amoonguss, I hope. Beautiful. Dude, Chien-Pao's putting in some work. What an absolute unit right now. All right, they go for the Heavy Slam onto my Chien-Pao. That's going to chip me, but Nothing super crazy. I'm gonna Ice Spin now, and I'm gonna Hard Swap into Scizor, because this is the Scizor. Oh, dang it. Battle is canceled. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sad times, man. Sad times. But hey, congratulations. You brought a team that won a UIC. Too bad every single person on the planet knows what the sets are. GG's. As promised, we have a 4th battle in today's video. Up against the Tinkaton, though. Alright, Tinkaton Chi-Yu on a rain team. A lot of different things happening here. Like, low-key, Scizor and Chien-Pao is actually a pretty decent lead, as... Oh, they do have Intimidators. I was gonna say, as there's no Intimidators on their side of the field, they do have the... Paldean Tauros with the Intimidate. Gyarados is great here, though, especially in the rain. And I think a late-game Garchomp might be pretty nice. I think I'm still gonna go with the power quadruplet, the power 4. I'm gonna rearrange them a little bit. I'm gonna leave with the Scizor, because I could still U-turn out if I do see, you know, potential Intimidate right away. And then work my way around all of that. But I do think a water-type Scizor thrives. Thrives in this environment. Thrives in the rain. Thrives against the Water Tauros, against the Chi-Yu, against the Pelipper, against the Fluttermane even. Tinkaton's kind of annoying, though. I'm looking at Tinkaton. I'm not looking forward to it. But I do recognize that. Tinkaton with Mold Breaker, with Fake Out, can do a lot of things. Gigaton Hammer even. Thankfully, Gigaton Hammer doesn't do much to my team, but it could still hurt. Real talk, though, their whole team is weak to Garchomp. If I could just set everything up so that Garchomp is able to one-shot everything, I should be in a really good position. It looks like they ran out of time, so if they lead with Tink and Pelipper, then I guess they messed up. Or maybe that's the lead they wanted. Okay, Jimmy. Don't know why I'm calling you Jimmy. You just look like a Jimmy. Little Jimmy. Tinkaton Chi-Yu. Okay, so they didn't run out of time. And they do have some threats on the field. Don't love where I'm at right now. But I do think a Water Terra is necessary. With a just Terra Blast onto the Chi-Yu and a Protect from my Chien-Pao. Gotta preserve my Sash while I got it. I think by Terrasilize, it keeps me safe from the Gigaton Hammer. Keeps me safe from a Heat Wave. Doesn't keep me safe from a Dark Pulse. We're just going to go ahead and pray that they don't click Dark Pulse. I'm also going to be locked onto Terra Blast, though, so I might have to do some swaps. If I ever want to swap it back to Bullet Punch later on. I thought the Terra Blast was beneficial for me. Was more beneficial for me. Because I don't assume they're going to Terrasilize into a Ghost type right now, but they could Terrasilize into a Ghost type. And on top of that, I don't want to lose any defenses here for no reason. Anyway, Water Scizor making its first appearance all day today in the last battle of the video. And they just fake out the right target. Okay, so nothing happens here. Followed by Heat Wave. Okay, cool. Unfortunate, I guess. Does do damage to me. Doesn't get the burn, though. I wish I could change my moves up. Can I? Oh, I can, because I never attacked. Cool. So I'm going to switch over to Bullet Punch now. Should I, though? I'm thinking I shouldn't. I'm thinking I just Terra Blast again. They never saw the Terra Blast, so... Should they really expect it? Probably not. And I'll just swap into Gyarados just so I can make sure that the Tinkaton can't do too much to me. Still a scary turn here, I think. Still anyone's game. Nothing has died. I've taken damage, but hey, that's what fake out turns do. They're going to withdraw. Gonna go into Tauros. Okay, Tauros will appreciate this. Unfortunately, I am getting intimidated. But I do have a Gyarados that will also be intimidating them in return. So not the end of the world. Might be forced to swap out, though. To swap out the Scizor. Especially if I'm Terra Blasting nothing. They go for the Gigaton Hammer. Resisted. Does absolutely no damage. Beautiful. Followed by the Terra Blast. This will do no damage as well. But at least now they know I have it, which is a problem. I think I'm going to swap back into Chien-Pao. While simultaneously just going for a waterfall here. It's going to be the Intimidate spam wars at this point, right? We're gonna keep smacking each other with Intimidates until we no longer can. My goal here is just to get the Ticketon down low enough to where I think an EQ can finish it off. We're not there yet. Maybe one waterfall is all I need. And again, I'm going to need to get this Tauros down low enough to where one EQ can knock it out. That one's going to take a little bit more effort. I'm just setting up my Garchomp for a late game sweep at this point. They're going to swap out the Tinkaton this time. Okay, whatever's coming in is going to take a waterfall then. Okay, Amoonguss wants to take a waterfall. So we know they're whole 4. Amoonguss is going to be a little bit more complicated to take down to like EQ levels of health. Hopefully they don't go for a close combat into my Chien-Pao spot. Fingers crossed. Good, they just protect. Just got to keep baiting. I'm going to go for the slow game here. Nice and slow. Okay, Black Sludge is going to make this very slow. Let me protect. Let me taunt the Amoonguss. Just stop it from doing anything. I'm going to have a big issue with this Tauros. Why? Why are we swapping again? Oh, a lot of weird swaps here. Back into Tinkaton. I'm curious why. But at this point, I'm also not going to question it. Clearly, they're going to fake out my Chien-Pao spot. I don't think I want my Chien-Pao to lose its Sash yet. But I also don't think it's the end of the world if I do. Let me get the free swap back into Garchomp. Or into Garchomp, period. And then let me start getting Paras off on the field. See if I can punish my opponent. I think the worst course of action would probably be the Tauros coming back on the field to get the Intimidate off on my Garchomp. But again, Garchomp's just going to take over once they can get enough damage on their side of the field. Okay, they're going to swap out the Amoonguss. Back into Tauros, probably. Yeah. Fair enough, I guess. But it's going to be the Para spam now. Oh, they T-Wave me! Oh. Well, 2 could play that game, bud. Yeah. How you like that? All right, well, the good news is they can't T-Wave my Garchomp, for what it's worth. And I should be able to just click EQ. And T-Wave Gyarados? Not Gyarados, Tauros. Tauros should not be able to do enough damage to finish off my Garchomp. I also don't think Tinkaton can do that kind of damage either. Even with like Gigaton Hammer, I'd have to play rough. But if I do lose my Garchomp preemptively, this could be a very bad game, very hard game. Fingers crossed on some T-Wave hacks. I already know for a fact it's going to be a long one. There's a swap again. They're swapping something every single turn. Every chance they get, dude. Back into Amoonguss. All right, there's my EQ. Let's see something. This is the first bit of damage we fired off this game. They just go for a Raging Bull. I surprisingly don't take that very well. That was a very... Oh, it's a Life Orb. That's why. Interesting. Well, now you're paralyzed, too. Okay. One more EQ is enough to knock out the Tauros. And I have put myself in a position to where they have no switch in for that. For this EQ. So now I just have to taunt the Amoonguss again. And keep clicking EQs. Right? Did I finally put myself in a position to where I'm fine? It probably has Aqua Jet, though, so I'm probably going to have to take an Aqua Jet. I still think I could take one Aqua Jet from this thing. I also have to break through Para to get this taunt off. And I haven't had Kevin luck all day. So this might be the one time I get some Kevin luck. I've actually been very lucky all day. Which is bad. Okay, they protect. That's okay. They're just going to give up the Tauros for free. Not for free. They Aqua Jetted it, but it is what it is. Wait, they might just die to... Yeah, just 2 hits. I'm going to swap out the Gyarados at this point. Not Gyarados, Garchomp. Yeah, I'm swapping out Garchomp. There is bad news here. And the bad news is they could fake something out. And then click Spore. And if they're smart, they fake out Gyarados. But also, it's a little risky. Ooh, they go into Chi-Yu. Yo, you're really making me want to stay in here right now. You really making me want to stay here right now. I have Citrus Berry. Okay. Which means they can't fake out anything. I'm -1. What reason do I have to just not keep clicking EQ and try to taunt again? I think I have no reason not to just keep doing that. I'm Scarfed. They have to have figured that out. Oh, they haven't figured it out by now. Oh, they might think that their Chi-Yu can outspeed me. They can't. Even if they're Scarfed, they can't. I should be outspeeding it unless I'm not fully speed invested. Oh, be afraid. Be very afraid. They haven't figured out that I'm Scarfed yet. Oh, they double swap? Just so you could take a double EQ here? What's the end game? What's the goal? Mold Breaker coming back. Oh, I'm not fully invested in speed. They are faster. Dang, dude. I got trolled. I got hard trolled. Oh, no. All right, well, I have to go into Chien-Pao, and I have to click Protect. Oh, I'm so sad after that turn. I could lose this just out of that cockiness. I'm going to T-Wave just because I expect them to switch out. We definitely know that they're Scarfed now. Oh, I must have been Scarfed, but just fast enough to like outspeed a Flutter Mane. I'm probably not fast enough to outspeed just like a base 100 Scarfed Mon. Which would have been convenient right about now, but it is what it is. I got greedy. I should have checked my stats before this turn. Just to make sure I wasn't like adamant or something. All right, let's protect here. Seems a little obvious that's where the fake out is going. Oh, they have Feint! Bro, I'm getting played in this endgame. I'm getting wrecked in this endgame. Wow, I think I just lost. No way. I'm actually so surprised they didn't swap into Amoonguss. I also just now realized I have no way of defeating Amoonguss on my field anymore. Wow. I also now have to lock into something. So let's lock into Bullet Punch, I guess. And we have to go for a Waterfall here. Man. I'm glad I have 2 water types left. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad I have 2 water types left. I'm glad they don't have an Intimidate to smack me with anymore. There is good news still left in this battle. All right, they withdraw the fish. The Amoonguss is still full health, dude. That does half. Okay. Nice para. Listen, I'll take any luck I can get. And Waterfall. I wish I Waterfalled the other guy, but it's okay. I still have to taunt the Amoonguss, unfortunately. Or do I? I'm doubling. I'm doubling the tank. The Amoonguss knows that the taunt is coming. I've clicked taunt a billion times this game. So I feel like I can always taunt that maybe later. That lives at 1. Oh boy, there's a little bit of a berry. It's probably citrus. My waterfall finish. They have Gigaton Hammer. Onto Scizor, I eat that though. Waterfall does connect. That's enough to finish and get the crit. What does the Amoonguss do? Go for Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff. Pollen Puff. Okay. That doesn't really do anything. To me, at least. Alright. Still concerned. If I am lucky, I'm able to just finish this off and they pair themselves, but we'll see. They could Rage Powder here, which is unfortunate. Let's find out how this plays out. Will they have? Do they have Rage Powder? They have Spore, Clear Smog, probably Pollen Puff, probably Protect. They could still have space for Rage Powder. Rage Powder is a really good move. It's like it's on every Amoonguss. This is where like a Protect taunt would have come in handy, but it's okay. Might get lucky with just paralysis. Yeah, there's the Rage Powder. Unfortunate. Alright, Bullet Punch. Chipping. They lock on a Dark Pulse. That will knock out Scizor. And that sucks because Dark Pulse is actually going to be a lot of damage into my Gyarados as well. I'm essentially relying on two things. Number one, I'm relying on Chi-Yu to paralyze itself right now. Because if it gets the chance to attack me, I'm not sure I live it. Dang it. Okay, I do live it, but not incredibly well. I got the taunt off for what it's worth. And now I definitely need it to paralyze itself. I need so many paras to win this game. I need it to paralyze itself, and I think I have to crit the waterfall too. Dang it, Chi-Yu doesn't care. Chi-Yu's just gonna smack me. I can't believe I lost this. My opponent played that so well, dude. That was a great game, man. That was a really good game. GG's. You did it to me. And here you have the Renzo code for the Scizor team. Honestly, I called this the Scizor team, but I feel like every time I use Scizor on the channel, it's always an afterthought on the team. Don't get me wrong. Scizor did do some things in today's battle, did knock out some very crucial Pokemon, and did deal damage when I needed it to do damage. But the real showcase of this team has got to be Garchomp, right? Garchomp and Chien-Pao just tore it up. And then when you add Gyarados to that mix as a swap-in, it's hilarious how much damage reduction you can do with the Gyarados and how many of each other's weaknesses they cover and how good that core is. I don't even think I used the bottom two Pokemon on this team. I didn't use Frigidraff and I didn't use Iron Hands this whole battle. Not to say, or this whole set of 4 games. Not to say that they're bad Pokemon. I'm sure that they have situations in which you want to bring them. I'm just saying I didn't need them. In these 4 battles, going against just the standard balance core currently, I was able to deal with it with just the top 4 Pokemon. Granted, we did lose the last game. We went 3-1 overall. But still, that last game felt very winnable until the very end. It just, they got the upper hand on me with the Choice Scarf that I was extra greedy about. But no big deal. That's today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, hit the like button down below and subscribe to Pokesports if you haven't done so already. Also, NPuryfire. Make sure to follow them on Twitter. Leave a link to their Twitter down below in the description as well. Thank you so much for making this team public and giving me the opportunity to play. I greatly appreciate you. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed, like and comment. I'm Ken, Pokesports. Have a great night and peace out. Bye-bye.